Okay, am I audible? Uh,
Yep,
Yes,
yep,
sir,
you
you
are
are
audible.
audible, sir.
Yes, sir.
so
Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
welcome you all in the last day of this FDP 3D printing and design. And today we have a guest from a different domain, that is art and creativity. So hope you will enjoy this session. In this session, Mr. JIGAR Panchal will demonstrate, will tell you about the steps of miniature design and printing. And in the next session, he will demonstrate you the steps live from his office in Vadodara. So I welcome you, Mr. JIGAR Panchal. He has done his graduation in Bachelor in Business Administration, specializing in the field of tourism in the year 2007. He have an experience of 14 years in the field of sales in different fields. He was an assistant manager at the International Leisure Travel Department at Thomas Cook, and then also team leader of pharmaceutical company having a sales team of 13 members. He has been into 3D printing from the last 4 years and working various government and commercial projects helping promote Make in India, and also have on their business catering to customized 3D designing and 3D printing services. He's also running his YouTube channel with step-by-step guidance to get into 3D printing in Hindi language. So now I request Mr. Panchal to give some knowledge and share your experience of entrepreneur journey also. Over to you, Mr. Jigar Panchal.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I am audible and clear to everyone. Uh, Thank you. I would like to thank IPS Academy for giving me this opportunity. It's always been exciting to, be able to share my experience, share the little bit knowledge that I've been gained every day. Every day has been a learning process for me. Yes, I've been in the sales domain for the last 14 years, and it was a very big decision when I had to quit my job and get into 3D printing. But somewhere down the line, I had this view that 3D printing is the future. When I saw that 3D printing is getting into construction, into food making, into clothes, into so many other fields, like every other field can be advanced due to 3D printing in so many ways. And it is so much not even, not explored. There are so many fields where 3D printing has not explored how it can advance the fields. So I thought it was the right time 4 years back, and it has been a very good journey so far. So yes, so as even though, yes, I've left 14 years of experience in sales and got into 3D printing, a field which is out of, at that time was out of my league. But now I'm very confident, and things have turned out pretty good for me so far, and let's hope for the best for the future. So as far as 3D printing is concerned, in the field of engineering, to start with, as you all must are acquainted to that, it is a lot of geometry and mechanisms and all that. But when you say 3D printing is something that is not just geometry. It can cater to a lot of organic and inorganic designs, concepts, ideas also. So that is where I come to picture. I've used this as a totally different aspect, where art and sculptures and the aesthetic value of designs have been given more importance from my side. Whereas, like you said, I do not have a background of engineering, but again, 3D printing is an engineering miracle, which I have been part of. And now I get a lot of orders, industrial orders, which are into engineering and, mechanical products as well. But my heart has always been into something which is art related, and which is more aesthetically advanced. So let me get start off with my presentation from here. Just a second. Hello.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so you're able to see my screen, are you?
Uh,
Sorry, not acquainted with the Google Meet that much.
no, not showing your presentation, sir, right now.
Okay, just okay. So now I think you're able to see my
Yeah, yeah.
presentation. Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so let's start from here. Okay, so like I said, 3D printing. I believe I've been exploring or marketing 3D printing as something that can make anything, because like I said, like my definition of 3D printing is like 3D printing is a technology where any idea or reference can be converted into a virtual 3D watertight design, and it can be made into a live model. So any design that is can be put into a virtual watertight design. Watertight because 3D printing, one of the biggest obstacle of 3D printing, it requires not only renders, but it has to have a body, a watertight body, and only then can it be a perfect print. So yes, so any concept or any idea that can be put into a watertight design can be made into a live model. Whereas this, before 3D printing became much commercial, was not possible. Lot of people in our country are, I believe every person has a creative edge to him, or something, something innovative that he can do in his particular field. But that media in between, where his concept can be converted into a live model, or where he a medium where his idea can be brought to life, is wasn't there. So a lot of that connection of making a successful story from a person has been a big problem. But 3D printing changes everything. 3D printing right now is a 0%, a zero skill technology. I would say you do not have to go through a college or a 4 year or a 3 year education to learn 3D printing. That is the reason I myself got into 3D printing. I didn't go to any specific study that showed me 3D, that taught me 3D printing. It was just an experience that I bought a 3D printing. So that is what I want to say, that it is a medium where anyone can bring their thoughts into a live model. Now, when we say inorganic objects, which is not geometrical, most of you must be acquainted with 3D designing, but softwares like SolidWorks or Fusion 360. These softwares do not uh, go into inorganic materials. So there are a lot of different ways or other softwares that can help you bring these organic objects into 3D. So let me start sharing with you these different ways we can do that. Uh, One very important way is the photogrammetry. This is the oldest way of how models or objects were converted into 3D files. So photogrammetry, like you see in the pictures, there are a lot of digital cameras, high-end cameras that are used. A lot of them are made into a setup where they are focused into the center, where the object can be scanned, or the images can be taken from all the angles. And this technology is important for for those people who are not into designing, but can work around their way to get into uh, making a setup where the perfect lights and the cameras can capture the images. So photogrammetry is one way. Now, as the technology is advancing, a lot of new mobiles, new cell phones are also being able to be used for such for photogrammetry, where second, where these high-end cameras can be replaced to to our daily use phones, where pictures can be taken from sorry, just a minute. Hello. Yeah, so what happens is uh, a lot of cameras are set up. So the problems that are you can face in this is that the financial aspect of having such a great setup, and the area, the space needed, the lighting needed. This had been very complicated in the past, but as technology is advancing, it has slowly I found people who coming across a lot of success in using the same technology or the same method with their cell phones. And there are a lot of softwares that can help you with these. So I wanted to share these softwares that can help you with this. So photogrammetry. Now these softwares like photo model and Metashape are some softwares that you can use for photogrammetry, but these are very costly softwares, and you need a little bit of you need practice. You need quite a lot of practice to get how these renders or how these nodes that are captured from the cameras or the cell phones can be combined to one model. So these softwares can help you, but now as things are being more open source, there's a new software which is called Meshroom. You can download. This is an open source platform, and you can download it for free and use the same technology. But yes, this technology requires a lot of high graphic cards like CUDA, NVIDIA cards, and if you want a smooth performance from these softwares, then you need CUDA-enabled GPU, which is recommended to have a compute capability of over 2.0. So photogrammetry is one of the modes where you need high-end, not only high-end cameras or cell phones, but also your computer has to have that kind of support where the computing is high. Yes, so NVIDIA CUDA is something that can help you with this if you're going to photogrammetry. Another way is uh, 3D scanning. Now 3D scanning is has been also a very old method of obtaining 3D models. But nowadays, with advancement of technology, with technology getting better and cheaper, there are even handheld 3D scanners that have come into market that we can use for live modeling, which are easier in terms of getting the 3D scans. So I'll show you a video where I have personally captured or scanned an RJ last year, a very famous RJ of Gujarat. So let me show you that. Hello. I hope you can see this video that I'm beginning. This is an famous RJ of Baroda that last year we caught and then took a scan of him. So this like you see is quite easy. We have this small handheld scanner, and this technology was a place is read as is used as where this person, where instead of we going around like the video, is the person stands at a specific platform which rotates by itself, or is manually rotated slowly. But because this was an open area, an exhibition, we tried the same technology where the person is stable over there at one position, trying not to change uh, his uh, his posture and his expressions, and we captured that through 3D scanning. Now if you see in this technology.
Hello.
Hello, yes.
Uh, your presentation is not visible, sir.
The PowerPoint before that was that visible?
Yeah, yeah. Before it was visible. Right now it is not visible.
Okay, just 1 minute. So just 1 second. Is it now visible?
Yes, yes, yes.
The video of me scanning, yes. The video is visible, right? The video I'm trying to show. Hello.
Uh, not started your video yet.
But you can see the video, yes.
No, no, no. Not visible. Yeah. Now your screen is visible.
Okay, so so this is a short video of how we caught Nalje. You went through all the audible the things I said as per the video, yes. No worries, I'll repeat. So this is a video of me scanning an RJ that we caught a person that we were scanning last year. So if you noticed that this becomes very easy. It is a cheaper investment of instead of having hundreds of cameras at a setup, and yeah, having a whole space specific for is the video still
Hello.
not visible? Hello.
Video is not playing on our end, sir. We are seeing just a screen.
Okay. Wait. Could see now there's this video that I'm trying to show. It is on my doc is in a folder. I think last
Or,
time I was pretty successful showing videos, but how do I present some video if I want to show it there?
sir, you can just click on a new tab,
Okay.
Chrome tab or anything, and just type in which drive you have a video, like D semicolon.
I got the place, yes.
And after that you will get in present now and share your screen. No, share not present now and a Chrome tab option.
Okay, I got it now. Just 1 minute.
Yes, yes. Now it is perfectly visible, sir.
Okay, so sorry about the all that. Uh, okay, this is the video I have been trying to show you how we had this exhibition and we got across this RJ. And it becomes a very easy setup. I think I'm just repeating the same things I said, but I'm not sure if you heard what I was saying. Okay, no worries. You're saying that I am not I cannot present while presenting, I cannot show things on my in my folders, is it?
No, sir, you can do it. You can do it.
Because I was planning to show you a lot of models, how there are rough models and 3D files, and also how the end result is. So no worries, let
Yes.
me that
Go
video.
to present now and your entire screen, sir. From this way, you can access any folder or anything.
Okay. So like that the video that you saw,
Yeah.
uh, that was this model. Now photogrammetry and the scanning process, a lot of it is not is when the render comes out, when the result of the scanning and photogrammetry is not always supposed to be perfect. Can you see the model on my screen right now?
No, no, sir. Please share your screen, sir, by present now.
Your entire screen I've selected. Chrome wants to share content on your screen.
Sir, after going to present entire screen, just click on that box and then click on share.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Now, okay. I think now you can see my screen all perfect.
Yes, yes, yes.
So this is the result of one of the scan video that I was showing you. Now, if you'd see this design shows you a lot a basic outline of the human being that we scan. But it is not perfect. Like we missed a lot, and if we go zoom into it, so these softwares, these ways of scanning or getting a 3D design are still to be advanced as far as the cheaper methods or the methods that can be done on a smaller scale are available. So these need to be further cleaned up and repaired as far as things are concerned, as far as getting a live model. So uh, another very exciting form, a way that this 3D scanning be used is MRI scans. Now a lot of MRI scans are people. I get a lot of inquiries where couples want their unborn baby to be be showed into a 3D model. There's a very famous video on YouTube also. So luckily I got that opportunity where I was asked if an MRI scan could be converted into a live model, and the couple could really see their unborn baby before the person was born. So this was a model of a baby that was scanned while it was in the fetus. So this is how like I said, the end result of a scan is quite rough. It is not perfect, and furthermore you have to refurbish it or clean it up, and this is how the end result is. Like if you see this looks more like a newborn baby. So even after these photogrammetry and the 3D scanning process, there is a lot of process that still needs to be done. A designer, a person who is into designing, is also needed. So let's go into that. Let me continue with my presentation. Uh, just a second. Yeah, so 3D scanning. So what happens is now, just because I'm giving you an example of a human miniature, I'll show you I'll get along. I'll show you some complications that have been faced in the past by me, and I believe everyone who's into miniature modeling face these issues. So now, like you say, most of the inquiries or the commercial inquiries that I get as far as 3D printing human miniatures, or miniatures of things that are not present, or that are not designed, we come across the same thing, that most of the inquiries are someone wants to get a miniature to someone, or to give a miniature that me or to so
Hello.
limited to hello.
Sir, your voice is breaking. Can you check your connections once?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, perfect, sir.
Yes,
Just a
yes.
second now. I think I am having network issues. I'll swap to a alternative network. Wait, after
Sorry,
this.
continue. You are able to means we are able to hear your voice, please.
Okay. Just 1 minute. Okay, are you able to see my screen again? Presentation.
Not now, sir. Sir, when you click on present now and entire your full screen, so you can shuffle in between because your entire PC is visible to us, sir.
Okay.
So you can just go to the below status bar and you can shuffle anywhere.
So you can see my screen now, yes?
Yes.
No, but for some reason now my presentation is not.
Yeah, it is not showing in full screen, sir. Just okay.
No, but it's stuck.
Yeah, it's stuck, sir.
Just 1 second. Yeah, I'll try refreshing it again.
Yeah.
Sorry for the inconvenience again. It's been a couple of weeks where my network. I mean, all the networks. I have 3 networks I use as backup, but unfortunately, all three have been
Okay,
acting
no
up
issue,
lately.
no issue.
Okay, no worries. Let me again entire screen. Okay, so like I was saying, what happens is now, for example, like a person comes to me and tells me that most of the inquiries that come to me comes for miniatures or miniature modeling. They come to me and to tell me that they want to give someone a surprise. So the person is not physically able to be to come to a place where I can scan him or take photos for photogrammetry or so the only option that remains is designing. So some of the softwares are ZBrush or Autodesk Mudbox or Blender, where uh, where the person doesn't have to come, but a lot of this depends on the references that is provided. So references like photographs from all angles. The most important part of miniature modeling is the face. Now, irrespective of how the person's clothes or how the expressions or everything is, the most important part is the face. So the amount of pictures that the person needs to provide me is the is also becomes more. It cannot be done by just a single picture. It has to be having pics of from all directions or different angles, like photogrammetry, but not 80 to 90 photos. Yes, like for example, if you want a picture of a face, like 3 pictures from different angles or 1 picture from behind can give you a lot of information about the face and the depth. The reason I am saying that these things cannot be is not it can be done from a single pitch, but is not good, because you can see a picture of a person from the front, but the depth of the eyes, the depth of the nose or the cheeks, or every part can be known only from the side, whereas from the front you can get just a basic outline of how the expressions and everything are. So that is a very important factors, that the references provided for designing are also important. I wanted to share with you uh, a video where you can see how a time lapse video of how the designing is done. So let me share with you this video. This is a way I would like to share with you, like you guys must be acquainted with softwares in designing, 3D designing, like SolidWorks and Fusion 360, where it is more about geometrical shapes. You are making lines and circles, and all those geometrical shapes form into an inorganic product. But because this is more like a sculpting, a person making a design out of clay, the same way someone makes a live sculpture out of clay, this is more like that. So these softwares, majority you will find a lump of clay, a circle, or a or a lump of clay, where you use different tools to morph the clay into different parts or expressions. So I think you should see this video.
Not, sir, not visible, sir.
This one, right? Yeah, I think I have to. I'm having some error. Just 1 minute. Okay, now you can see my screen. It's a video of a ZBrush model.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. So like I said, it is mostly like the same way sculptures is made out of clay or any malleable material. So you can see that it becomes more a lot different from the usual designing software that you used. So I think that video gave you an idea of how the 3D sculpting, virtual sculpting is done. So as far as organic materials or organic objects are concerned, these three points, these three ways are majority ways how sculpting or 3D models are brought, or objects are brought into 3D models in that way. So yes. So wait. So this was my first session that I've tried to show you how 3D objects are brought into 3D models, and the different ways how these are done. In my next session, I would try to show you how once the 3D model is obtained, how do we process it, take it ahead, and what are the steps that need to be kept into mind for 3D printing. And after 3D printing, what are the next steps to get into to post process the 3D model and make it perfect. So for now, if I would like to take questions, please. Hello.
Yes, yes, sir.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
Sir, can you please tell, would you like to share your entrepreneurship, how you began with?
Okay, I will. It is something I've shared it. I mean, a lot of people have asked me, because me being non-technical and getting into a technical field, it raises eyebrows of many people. So yes, I would see what happened was I've been into arts. I was always into being arts and painting, and my main passion was giving realistic, making in I mean not realistic things, giving them realistic effects, make them look like real beings. So I got into human miniatures. Plus, so I was always into superheroes and all that. Modeling and cosplaying, comic cons. So that is where, even though I was having a good I mean, a good job experience, I mean, a good job or a good position and a good pay, I was always not satisfied with my job. So I always used to divert my free time into making new things, or getting into artistic jobs. Like in my previous job, when I was a team leader in a pharmaceutical company, what I took a side project where I modified my whole bike by myself and made it into a cruiser bike. I mean, if you come across my channel, my Instagram, there are pictures of this bike, and everyone has appreciated a lot. And people have been telling me that why am I into a technical, I mean, a field where I'm selling things or doing things which I'm not passionate about. So that is when a moment came into life where my mom wanted to gift me a ring, and because I want a lot of things to be made as per my design or my concept, so I searched the internet, did a bit of research, and then got to know about 3D printing and found out how I can bring my concepts into real life models. And that is where I made a decision and I brought a 3D printer. Now with my first year, this was 4 years back. So now with my first printer, I started uh, coming across a lot of problem where I am not able to bring my art out, because most of my time got into 3D printing, the tuning, learning how to 3D print. So that is when I thought that if a person, if an engineer or an artist or an innovator wants to get into 3D printing, a lot of his time is spent on the machine rather than thinking innovatively or designing. So why not give a platform to these innovators or these thinkers or these artists where they can do their work? They are happily designing or getting, I mean, working on their concepts and everything, and getting the designs ready. But again, after that, they could give, like, they could be a separate body where I could give them a platform where they give me a designs, or and I print it for them, I post process this for them. So, knowing that 3D printing is altogether is a different tasks where you need manual labor, or you need some time, a professional to work on these machines. So why not let these innovators or these designers do their job, or get their main uh, influence, their main what do you call it, their time or their focus into the thing they love doing. And why not, once they're ready with the prototype or the design, I could enter and show my capabilities of converting that live model into a business. So that is how I got into the business prospect. And it has been, being talking with a lot of professionals into 3D printing, this has been a fact. This has been proven that if some a different body gets into 3D printing, and the person who's actually the has the concept or model is doing separate, then it is a big success. So that is where I got the idea into of getting into a business or starting my own business of 3D printing.
Sir, when you are purchasing the printer, how did you choose it? Is it based upon your investment money or the customer, or on what basis, or what type of a printer you have purchased?
Okay, so as in the beginning, the printers were, I had only one printer. This was the printer that I had imported from China. Back then, 4 years back, there was no or not many people wanted printing in India, and if there were, but there were no sellers mostly. However, I've come across a lot of makers of 3D printers who were not confident or were not up to the mark. So I thought, because it was an investment, that was a risk, or something that I was getting from doing from my salary, I thought that why not try import a printer, a acclaimed company who I got a lot of reviews about on the internet, on YouTube. So I chose Creality, one of the companies, and Van Hau were these two companies that I came across. So my first printer was a Van Hau printer. This is a Japanese company, and this cost around 30-40,000. It didn't have a large build volume, but as a starting, a startup, it or the learning phase, it helped me a lot, because it did not hurt my pocket. My financial condition also very bad, and I was doing it with my job. So I got a Van Hau Duplicator i3, which was an FDM 3D printer, which I started with, and it was a good experience, because it was not a DIY printer. 3D printers, the cheaper you go, they become more DIY, where you have to set up the whole printer there. They come to you in parts, and you have to whole set up. Because I was not from a technical background, I did not want to take the risk of getting a very cheap printer, like something that costs around 20-25,000 rupees, and a small build volume. So I got into a semi assemble printer of Van Hau, where there were only two parts and you had to join them, rather than all the parts being uh, assembled and you had to take care of the software and the hardware part both. So as a beginner, I would suggest that any person, any student, or any person get into try these models. But as time went, now we have a lot of people in India who are coming across, who are making better printers. The company I am working with right now, other than my own business, it is an engineering company where I helping with them with the product development, and helping them with my experience to get into better. So we've just come across, we made 50 FDM printers that we are providing to this trust, who are then again helping providing to 50 different schools of Gujarat. They are providing 3D printing facilities, and it's been an honor to be a part of this from my end. So yes, so now this has been possible because more and more companies in India are providing these parts and these maintenance objects that require, that is very important to have a setup in India itself. So now it has been possible to these same quality printers to be gained in India itself.
Sir, what material you use it, and who are the suppliers or the quality suppliers of that material?
Quality suppliers. Okay. As far as, okay, what was your first question? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
What materials you use it for your components?
Okay, there are a lot of see, when you talk about arts, I am not restricted to a lot of uh, I am not restricted to materials that are very complex, or a lot of plastics. I can easily use, there are a lot of materials like PETG, ABS, PLA. So when it comes to art, it is not some, these are not objects where a lot of pressure or a lot of heat is going to be bared by these end results or these printed products. So I use PLA because it is easy. It is not complex. The factors, the external factors for the 3D printer that needed is not affected on PLA. Plus, I am a lot uh, concerned about the environmental hazards of plastic, as it is. We are at a time where plastic pollution is a serious problem that the world is facing. So, most of the objects, 99% of the objects that I print are in PLA, as it is biodegradable. It is not as harmful as to the environment as the other materials. Plus, the other materials like ABS, yes, I do get industrial inquiries too, where customers give me that this is the pressure, this is the amount of pressure that it needs to bear. So that is where we come to materials like ABS, but PETG and even carbon fiber. But these materials are more complex. The environment or the print settings needs to be checked. So not only the printer, but the place, the environment that the printer is kept. There has to be a closure. There has to be no air passing or no humidity in that area, or your prints can be spoiled. Like these prints are time consuming. Something like a 5-inch product or an object could take from anywhere to 8 hours to even 16 hours to 20 hours, depending on the complexity of the object. So it is very important to know your materials. So I've been telling people that, a lot of inquiries that I get from a YouTube channel is that I want to start a startup. What printer do I buy? But I say that it is not an object. It is not a machine that you can just buy and then start off your business right away. You have to get your hands to. You have to have your experience with the machine. You have to have at least 6 months to 1 year, or even if you're not from a technical background, it can exceed 1 year also, like 1 to 1.5 years, where you need an experience before you actually get into a business. Yeah, because like starting my own business, what happened was, once I started the business, I got inquiries also, I got people. But then if at any point of time I came across a problem with the machine, because this startup was a low budget, a low finance startup, I had only 2 printers at that point of time. So if I have a print inquiry or a order at one point of time, and if one of my printers also had some issue in maintenance, my business stopped over there. So not having an experience in this field before starting a business is also is very crucial, is very can bring a lot of problems in the business starting, and the beginning of any business is very important, and the smallest of problems can bring a lot of tensions where you just stop thinking. These tensions, because it is a new startup for you, the problem can multiply. So I suggest a lot, I always specify this, that know the machine, know the printer before you get into a lot of business. And this is one important thing that I can share with you before from my experience. Yes. Hello.
Yeah, any more questions? You can also ask in chat box. I think we have some questions in chat box.
Okay. ZBrush steps to modeling. Now, ZBrush is now all these softwares. Just I believe you guys must be acquainted to SolidWorks also. ZBrush has needs months of practice, at least 3 to 4 months of practice. It is not, so that is why I showed you a time lapse. The whole time lapse video that I showed you would be a time lapse of like 3 to 4 hours of designing process, and it cannot be bottled down to a meeting or a talk online. And that is the same reason I haven't been able to bring a tutorial. But if any one of you is actually interested into uh, ZBrush modeling, I have tutorials right from the very basic steps to the professional designing. Now like I said, it cannot be bottled down to ZBrush. And majority, I know how to model on ZBrush, but like I said, if you are into 3D printing, you cannot uh, you have to pick. You have to either get into designing, hardcore designing, or get into 3D printing. You can do both, but if you are a one-man army, or if you have a business where you or just you have another partner, you don't have people doing it for you, you have to depend a lot of ZBrush designing, or organic, or any kind of designing to other designers like freelancers. And a majority of my journey in business, I have outsourced the designing, or rather than doing the designing myself. But again, if any one of you is interested in designing, I will provide you tutorials, very professional tutorials. And I have a lot of a role of people who you can talk to also, if you at any point of time you come across any doubts or anything, who can help you with your whole process of learning ZBrush. But again, ZBrush modeling cannot be showcased, covered in a short uh, presentation. I'm very sorry. If I wish I could. Yeah. Please show slides directly. Okay. I think that is the only. Please share your contact. Yes, the 3D modeling can be done through through your basic. You could start off with the mouse itself, but as you get into more detailed 3D printing, it becomes very easy. If you have a Wacom, the pad, the what do you call it, the virtual pens, digital pens. And a lot of professional designers start off with designing on their computers, but then gradually it becomes very easy if when you use a digital pen. So yes, later on, if you're getting into 3D of ZBrush designing, then not in the beginning, but later on you would come across a lot of ease when you use digital pens. Yes, you can contact me I have shared my number with Sanjay sir, and yes, and plus you can follow me on Instagram, and I have a YouTube channel which is 3D Printing Vadodara, as I am from Vadodara, and I try my best to promote uh, as much of my information or day-to-day learnings in these platforms. You can contact me there as well, or you could directly contact me with the number provided. So yes, please get in touch with me for that. Any more questions? How did you get an idea about new style of 3D scanning? See, all these technology. Hello, am I audible? Hello.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. See, in these like 3D printing is a 50 years old technology, and very recently from 2005 2007 it has been more commercial, where everyone has access to 3D printing. First it was tried to being portrayed or sold as a monopoly to huge companies, to engineering companies, plus custom designing or custom automobile industries. But now this has come to a commercial, it has been an open source thing. So every day there has been a lot of development. You need I spend a lot of time, my free time, like as soon as I finish my work, get out of my office and go home, the work doesn't end there. These technologies are very at the very starting point, and there is a lot of development happening every day or every week, and you have to spend some time on social media platforms, on the internet, doing your bit of research on how this technology is developing. Because plus the scenario, the economical scenario after the coronavirus, everyone is trying to look for new technology, new ways to do business. Sorry, just a minute. So this is a non-stop procedure where you have to spend your time on the research on how the technology is advancing. And now if you see, if you know, there are even the same FDM printers that are small sizes, that have a bed size of 300 500 mm right now. The same FDM printers are made into huge cranes. The same technology where instead of the filament there's concrete, and even houses are printed as of now. The same filament can be replaced into the same technology can be used for making food right now, for space missions or pancakes or pizzas. So then it is a continuous evolving procedure, and you have to be up to date. You have to, while your whole learning journey, you have to sorry, save these sources, and keep coming back to them, and checking if there's something new in or development in these procedures. And I compensate on my sleep sometimes, but not on the information. The specs are a very big reason, is where I have to constantly upgrade myself with what is happening in the present world. And I believe not only 3D printing, every business is right now needs this extra time where you're doing your research. Yes. 3D scanning, can you explain the device you used for 3D scanning? Yes. Okay, now 3D scanning, uh, the scanners come from a big range. Now, the more details you want, the more post processing time you want to save, the more costlier machine you need to get into. The machine I used is one of the handheld scanners. the company, the brand that it belongs to is 3D Systems. 3D Systems is one of the uh, top most companies that are into 3D printer made development in the world. Uh, this costs around 50,000 pre-corona times, yes, because uh, corona has changed a cost for everything right now. But yes, 50,000, and this the more costlier you go, this can be the same scanner type of scanner can go to lakhs of rupees as well. But if you have sources where you can post process the designs, clean up the designs, have a good hand in these softwares, then this specific 50,000 scanner is okay for miniature modeling, not for industrial concepts, for models or objects. For industrial objects, there are 5-axis scanners. That these scanners price range goes to crore rupees. Same brand companies also make manufacture same kind of scanners, and we I at the place I am develop I help this engineering company, I help them develop their product. I we do use these kind of scanners also. But yes, they come at us when once at a different level of growth, when you have look at it as a business point of view, where I am still to reach as of now. Yes. Can you share the device?
Yeah. Any more questions? I think you have resolved all the queries.
I hope yes. Yeah, I mean, the main part comes, after whereas 3D printing is concerned, is after you obtain the design. So this was a little bit of different ways of how I usually use the procedures to gain models. And I think the next session would be more about what do we do once we get the design, or once the 3D printing is done. So.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I would say that, like you mentioned in the beginning, or even I said that I have a YouTube channel where I share whatever learning, whatever little bit of learning I can share, or I think is important for people in India to know. I try to break it down in the most easiest language, also in the technical terms, and I share it on my YouTube channel. Again, you can look it up as 3D Printing Barodra in the spare time. But yes, it is something that you need experience with, and I try my best to teach as much people as possible. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. And in next session, we will definitely learn about the printing and post processing also, and also tour of your office or your design you have printed also.
Yes, I'll try to show you as many things that I can. Okay, now I'm sorry, because of the net connections, I just lost. This is the person that we scanned. This that the video that I showed. So I'll show you more models of that I can show, that I am able to show you. Yeah, in the second session, and I
Yeah,
hope you had this was a good session for you all.
yeah, definitely, sir. So we will meet you all at 12:30 in the next session.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, sir.
Brother
Tell me.
can send the photo to video calling.
So whether can we? Hello.
Yes.
Okay, I think there are more questions over there. Let me just answer them so that.
Okay.
Thank you. Scan the photo to see best. No, we cannot scan the photo. You need a 3D object for scanning. And yes, I know it becomes very easy. it would have become very easy if from one photo we could directly get a model. But like I said, there's a like even a face, like if you're taking a still photo of me, you can see the basic outlines of my face, but the depths and everything, that is something that a 2D picture cannot uh, interpret into a 3D design. So you need 3D design, a scanner or photogrammetry for that. But you cannot just upgrade a picture directly, update a picture in ZBrush and make a miniature model. I mean, I hope technology advances to that level at some point of time, but not as of now.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. We
Thank
will
you.
meet in the next session. Thank you for
Sure.
your time, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was an honor.
So thank you all participants for being in this session of different domain. We will meet in the next session by 12:30 for the practical demonstration of what he has told about the miniature design. So we will meet at 12:30. Thank you so much.